Hello everyone, thank you very much for joining me. My name is Zoe and I am here on behalf of the ASFA, which is part of the Department for Education, to talk to you about all things apprenticeships. So the first video in this series looked at apprenticeships, what they were, and a little bit more about levels and things like that, what sort of opportunities you can find within apprenticeships. But this video is going to take us through exactly how you do that. So I'm just going to jump straight into it, really. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you now, and what I'm going to show you is simply my search engine, because that is where you're going to find your opportunities. So hopefully you are now all able to see my search bar, and I have the lovely Google up there. Now you can use any kind of search engine you want. You can use Microsoft Edge or Safari if you're using your mobile phones, for example, but I am just using Google for today. So I'm going to type in 3 words, find an apprenticeship. Notice it's even going to be prompted for you there. Find an apprenticeship is going to take you through to this particular website here. It's the www.gov.uk. And from there, you simply click in. How easy was that? Now then, when you're on the Find an Apprenticeship page, there's a couple of things. So there's a big green search button, which we are going to explore in a moment. But there's also an opportunity to create an account. Now, I would highly recommend that you create an account. All you're going to need to do is enter your name, your date of birth, and some contact details. And then this means that any searches that you do, that you start to find things you are potentially wanting to apply for, you can save that search and come back to it at another time, which is super, super handy. And you can also create alerts that come into your email address, which means, again, you don't have to be checking the website every day or anything like that, because it all comes straight to you. So first things first, I strongly recommend that you create an account on there. It is literally when you get to this page, create an account button, and you're there. So hopefully I'm going to give you an opportunity to create your accounts, but then we're going to go and have a little explore. So when you get to this page, you're going to see this find an apprenticeship information, and you can start to put in specific search parameters. Now, all that means by a search parameter is that you are able to put some details in that is going to help you find an apprenticeship that is up your street. Now, it does say about keywords there, and it's, in a way, keywords are quite handy, because if you have a very specific thing that you're interested in doing, then you will be able to put that in there. For example, if you're interested in digital or working in the legal sector, for example. However, there are a few examples of when specific keywords might not be appropriate. For example, if you're interested in makeup, but you're not necessarily interested in beauty makeup, but more like special effects, things like that. If you type in makeup, it will come up with a lot of opportunities that are associated with hair and beauty, or more kind of traditional makeup. Whereas that's not necessarily what you want if you're looking for special effects for film and TV. So my advice is to, first of all, keep this keyword section completely blank. Now, even if you do have an idea, it's great to keep it blank on the first couple of times you explore the website, because it means that you are exposed to all kinds of different jobs, all kinds of different employers, and you're not excluding anything whilst you're making your initial investigations. So I'm going to keep that blank. Now you can put your postcode in. I am going to put the postcode in for my town address. Oh, that's not correct. There we go. Now, it says within, oh, by the way, you do have to put a postcode in. It doesn't matter which postcode you use. You might want to be moving to other parts of the country. Perhaps you've got friends and family that live elsewhere, or you might just want to stay at home, which is totally fine. So pop your location in, and it says within. Now, this is going to give you apprenticeship options within 2, 5, etc. miles from that specific address. Now, what I recommend is that if you're cycling to your apprenticeship, or you intend to cycle, realistically, you're not going to be travelling 40 miles away, because there and back 5 days a week can be a little challenging. So I recommend being sensible. If some of you might be driving, then maybe 10, 15 miles might be better for you, but be realistic. So I'm going to go within 10 miles of my radius. An apprenticeship level. Now, again, what I mentioned actually in my previous video, if you've watched it, is about the difference between levels and how to not necessarily put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to a specific level. So again, when you're starting to explore the website, I strongly recommend that you put in all levels. Now, some of the opportunities might not be available to you. For example, if there are any level 7, which is a postgraduate degree, that might be well too far ahead for you. But by exploring at all levels, it just gives you an idea of the landscape, and that's really, really important, because it not only helps you plan what your next steps are, but what the potential is post those steps as well. Now, there is a badge here for disability confident. Now, what that means, we need to explain this to you. You do not need to declare a disability when you are applying for an apprenticeship, nor if you are applying for a job. You are not obligated, it is not mandatory that you declare a disability. That includes physical disabilities, it includes any mental illness, and it also includes things like neurodiversities. You do not have to declare those. You can if you want to. And some places might ask in terms of what they can do to support you. But generally speaking, you do not have to declare it. And often you might choose to declare it once you've been offered the position, because then there is no question around any potential mishaps with employment opportunities or anything like that, with any discrimination. So you can simply choose not to declare it at all, or you can declare it after you've been offered the position, or you can declare it right from the off. Now, with this disability confident badge, what it does is it gives you an idea of the companies that have signed to this disability confident pledge, which means that they are actively and publicly showing people that they are supportive of hiring and supporting those who have a disability. This badge does not mean that if they have the badge, they only hire people with a disability. Nor does it mean that if it does not have a badge, that it only hires people who do not have a disability. All this shows is the companies that have agreed to this specific disability confidence scheme. You will find amazing companies that offer fantastic support that do not have this badge next to them. You will also find companies that have agreed that, you know, have this badge that might not be particularly familiar with certain disabilities. And that doesn't mean that they are in any way discriminatory, it just means that they don't fully perhaps understand. So this badge, what I'm trying to get at, is not a be all and end all. If you tick this badge, it does not mean that, well, it doesn't mean anything in no uncertain terms. It doesn't mean that you are only going to go with an employer who recruits people who are disabled, etc. It's just an option to explore and to show you what sort of employers are publicly able to agree to this badge. Now, I'm going to keep the badge unticked because I want to not exclude anybody from this particular search. So let's have a little look. So there are over 401 apprenticeships in that area. Now, as we start to look through them, let's have a little. No miles. Wow, that's very, very close. So we have some digital marketing apprenticeships, customer service, printer, nursery nurse assistant. There's a disability confident badge. Dental nurse, recruitment consultant. Oh, I'm interested in that one. Let's have a little look at that. My point here is that there are so many opportunities available to you, 81 pages worth of opportunities. So I've clicked on that recruitment consultant and we're going to have a little look inside it now and see what it's all about. So first things first, it'll tell you the job title. This is a recruitment consultant apprenticeship. And it will tell you all down the side here some super important information. So you've got your annual wage is just over £10,000 with an opportunity for commission and early promotion, which is very exciting. It tells you what your working week is expected to be. So we've got a Monday to Friday job here, which is quite nice if you're interested in going into something like the emergency services, or if you're interested in becoming a chef, you might see that those working weeks start to include evenings and weekends and also shift work, so pay attention to that. If you're not interested in working evenings and weekends, then please rule out the emergency services because that's not going to suit you, but maybe this one will. So it'll tell you your expected duration, so this one is 12 months. Possible start date, September 2022. So that is next September. Why not apply for this one? So date posted 13th of October. Distance, it'll be a different distance for you depending on where you are. This is an advanced level 3 apprenticeship, and it tells you that we have one position available. Now, this over here on the right-hand side will tell you what the apprenticeship will be doing. Oh, this is quite exciting. After successful completion of your apprenticeship, you'll be on a £20,000 a year basic salary with the opportunity to earn 35 in your second year and over £50,000 from there on. If that's not a lucrative offer, I don't know what is. So this might be attractive to some of you. And therefore, this is why it's important to start to explore these vacancies and read them in more detail. It will tell you what qualification you're going to get. So that is a recruitment consultant level 3. And on successful completion, you will be promoted to a researcher. We hire all apprentices with a long-term plan in place for a successful career. How fantastic is that? So you're not only getting your apprenticeship, you're getting the potential for a proper career from this vacancy here. It's telling you what your desired skills are, what qualifications you need, and things to consider. Oh, look at this. We have lavish Christmas and summer parties, quarterly lunch clubs to exclusive restaurants. Oh, I wonder if it's too late for me to retrain. But look at this. It will talk about your qualifications. Now, actually, this specific qualification requires you to have A-levels. This is a level 3 vacancy. So if you already had your A-levels and you thought, oh, well, I don't want to do another level 3 opportunity. Well, why not? Because here is an amazing level 3. You need to have A-levels to get on it. But you could be earning 50 grand a year before you turn 25. So, it's not a bad thing to consider. It will tell you about the employer, and it will also tell you who is going to be doing your training. So, create an account, also handy if you're going to start to look at applying for those opportunities. So have a little look, have an explore. What I would encourage you to do is to take some time to look at the Find an Apprenticeship website. Go online, type in Find an Apprenticeship into your search engine and start to explore the opportunities. Keep your search criteria as vague as possible whilst you're first starting to look, because I can't imagine many of you thinking, oh, a recruitment consultant would be a dead good job. But maybe after seeing this vacancy, it might enlighten you to the sorts of opportunities that are available. So have a little explore. Let's have a little quick look at another one. So that was a recruitment consultant. What have we got? Oh, chef. Let's have a little look at this chef vacancy. So it'll tell you this is instead of it being an annual salary like the other one, this one says a weekly salary. So in order to get your yearly salary, you would simply multiply this by 52, which is how many weeks in a year. This one does specify shift work. So if your bank holidays, evenings and weekends are precious to you and you do not want to be in work, then you do not want to be doing this apprenticeship. Expected duration, start date. Now this one is starting ever so soon, which means that it's probably unlikely that you're going to be able to apply in time for this. Some of you may want to. This is a level 2 apprenticeship, okay? No qualifications required and no desired skills other than passion, personality and a desire to learn and progress. What an opportunity. This is brilliant. I love looking at apprenticeships. They're just awesome. So again, it tells you more about the employer, the type of training you'll be provided. So this is a very, very different apprenticeship. It's a different level. It's a different opportunity. It's different hours. It's different salaries, but it's still a fantastic opportunity. You would gain a level 2 production chef apprenticeship and support the running of the kitchens. So it also gives you the opportunity there to obtain your functional skills if you don't necessarily have the right maths and English qualifications. It's a really brilliant opportunity. Really, really brilliant opportunity. Oh, and you get discount there, 33% off. So that is just another example. So my recommendation, like I've already mentioned, is for you to go and start exploring that particular website. Go and have a look at the sorts of vacancies that are available within your area and go and see what, oh, there's a receptionist there at Voodoo. Go and see what sort of things might interest you. What sort of salaries are available? What type of opportunities? Recruitment resource. I don't even know what an recruitment resource is. Let's have a little look. So it's kind of like recruitment consulting. See, look, I'm getting carried away here because I'm so excited about these sorts of vacancies. Oh, I've just read, look, free fruit, toast and coffee. So go and explore these vacancies. You will find some fantastic opportunities there. Right, I am going to stop sharing my screen now with you and come back to you. So hopefully you have had a bit of guidance and a bit of information now around where you find your apprenticeships and also how to start deconstructing those job descriptions. Okay, so in future videos we are going to look at higher and degree level apprenticeships, and we're also going to start to look at applying for those vacancies, how you apply and where you can find support and guidance around creating that winning application. But for now, thank you very much for having me. I will see you very soon. Stay safe.